Let's take a look at the pros and cons of body wash versus bar soap. And this is not going to be a video where I'm like, this one is right and this one is wrong at all, because that doesn't really exist. I'm not even going to be one of those online people that try to steer you towards a certain decision. It genuinely comes down to personal preferences and personal variables in figuring out what is right for you. I love both, and I actually use both every single day, but I know that's not what most people want to do. You want less things in the shower, less stuff in your routine. Also, if you're buying both, that's more money. And again, on the decision, I don't really care. I work with companies that make great quality options for both, such as Johnny Ray, some of my absolute favorite, as you guys know, their Blue Tansy body wash. Stop it. Their bar soap, fantastic. So it doesn't really matter to me. I just want to lay out all the information, and even showing companies that I love, I'm going to be very honest and raw on the cons of these so you guys can make an educated decision, because I do believe and say it all the time, an educated consumer is a powerful consumer. So if that sounds like a good plan to you guys, quick thumbs up. My name's Dan. If you like learning about beards and men's grooming and positive vibes, consider subscribing if you're not. Thank you to those returning subscribers. Let's go ahead and start with body wash. And to kick it right off with the risk of a bad vibe to start, let's go over the cons and be really kind of honest here. The first con to me when we look at bar soap versus body wash is plastic, right? If I have a choice to use less plastic, I will, right? Now, is that always possible? No, right? If we have a cardboard box, clearly that's not going to work for a liquid. Clearly having something that isn't structured, whether it's like an aluminum, you know how they make those aluminum bags some companies do for like refillables? That's awesome, but this needs to sit in my shower, right? This needs to be easily accessible in the morning when I'm tired. So it is kind of those types of situations where it's like, it is what it is. Maybe one day there'll be a better option, but there is plastic with most body washes. Got it. On that same note, I would much rather travel with soap than I would body wash in a way. And there's one aspect to that. And what I mean by that is this takes up a lot more space than soap. Also, you can lock it, right? We can squeeze out what's in here. Hopefully you don't have to waste it. Twist the top so it's down. That's great. Then you don't have as much of a worry about like a leak or anything like that. However, it's still liquid. You are still moving. Things do undo. And so loosen up. So that is another possible issue with this. However, though, if I use a bar soap, I really don't like coming back with used bar soap. I've tried using paper towel and putting it in baggies, and I will if I need to. So it's kind of like if I have a long trip, I'm sacrificing this soap to the trip because I'm not coming back with it. Where body wash, I use exact amount of what I need, and then I bring it back. So that's another one. I would say the last con of body wash is if you have really oily skin, this might not be enough, which kind of leads into the pros in a second here. But if you're very oily, you might need to go with something a little bit more harsh than a body wash, because we flip to the pros, this is going to be more gentle than the soap. And we can measure that in kind of two main ways. One would be the pH levels. This is going to have a lower pH than bar soap. It also is going to have more gentle ingredients. Oftentimes, you're going to find ingredients like oils in body wash that's going to be able to really nourish the skin. Also, there's a thing called super fatting, right, with the oils that's going to help you not have that like squeaky, clean, dry type feeling that we get with some soaps in higher pH levels that can be a little bit more aggressive. So that is a benefit. Another benefit is we actually get hydration from body wash. You're not going to get real hydration from soap. But when you add in things like butters, you can get real hydration from this body wash. And the lather's insane. You can get purposeful aspects such as essential oils like Blue Tansy that's in this that can be just therapeutic in the shower, like actually real aromatherapy. So there's a lot of benefit, and it's really nice to apply quickly. It's nice to apply to a loofah, to a washcloth, there's all sorts of things out there that you guys use to wash your body. I know like a sponge, like a real sea sponge. It's just simple. I use 3 pumps of this body wash. Boom, boom, boom. I'm a loofah guy. I know that freaks some people out. It is what it is. But I'm a loofah guy. I'm bar soap. It also freaks people out. I'm a bar to body guy. I do not put the bar soap on a washcloth or a loofah. I just go straight bar to pits, bar to bits, and we call it good. And then I guess kind of as I'm bouncing around a little bit between the pros and cons, a last kind of con for the body wash, I would not use this on my beard any day, any way, anytime. Where the bar soap, I could use this on my beard if it's a quality one once a week to strip the beard. The reason why is this pH is going to be somewhere between a gentle beard wash and a bar soap. But it also doesn't have the ingredients that are intended for the environment under my beard at all. So it's not the worst thing. Your beard's not going to fall out after using it for a day or a week or likely even a month. But if you sustain over time, you're just not going to get the intended benefits of cleansing your beard from a body wash. So if you're looking for something that can do more than just clean your body, I would not go with body wash. And I will tell you guys at the end, if I could only keep one, which one I would keep. And that's super tough because I do use both. But a lot of pros, a lot of cons to body wash. All right, now on the soap side, pros and cons. Let's go on the con side. As I said, it has a much higher pH level. It is much more aggressive of a cleaner. So if you have dry skin, soap might be too much for you. You might need to go to a body wash. You might need to avoid soap in stripping your beard entirely if you naturally have dry skin. Now, I will say I do have dry skin. I live in Michigan. We have dry winters. My sides will even get like raw, and I drink a ton of water. I don't go anywhere without my water right next to me, so it's not anything like that. I'm healthy, all that. I just have dry skin, right? It's just my heritage. It's my genetics. But I do not have issues with soap. That does not dry me out to any worse problem, but I am a spot treatment guy on the soap. I only use the soap on kind of 3 areas. My hands to start every shower, the pits, and the bits, right? Now I will use a bar soap to strip my beard every once in a while, but mainly it's every day. Start the shower with my hands, so I make sure I got a clean canvas to work with. Put it on the armpits, put it on the bits down below. So can be too dry for some people. Now, another con to bar soap for me is you do need to make sure you're keeping it dry between uses or it will break down. You also want to kind of try to keep it clean and rinse it off afterwards, because if we were looking at like bacteria and sanitation between uses, body wash is going to be much more clean, much more sanitary than a soap that's sitting out. Now, does that bother me? No, I have a soap saver. It sits on a little metal tray that's got these little wires. It doesn't bother me at all, but it's something we want to make sure we address out there. And then outside of that, portable, easy to travel, not as easy to bring back. Little tip here that some people will probably mention in the comments. If you want to save it better or you want to travel with it better, I know people are probably screaming at me from earlier, cut the soap. You can cut it in half and bring half on a trip. You can quarter it. If you don't like the way it breaks down because all of it gets wet in the shower, quarter it. Save some. It can really help you out. Now, I will say everything online says that a bar soap should last longer than body soap. I've never met and I've used every bar soap. So don't say like, oh, we don't. I've never met a bar soap that lasts me as long as body wash. So I don't know if I'm just kind of broken there or I'm using the soap wrong. Dan, it's the bar to body. You're really messing up. Cool. That's worth it to me. I like that experience of the bar to body to be able to get clean. So those would be kind of the main things. This is going to be more for specific areas for me. It's going to be more aggressive, but you can do the beard. There are some pros and cons. This is more my daily driver, covering the whole canvas, other than the beard, kind of neck down is covered by this bad boy. So to wrap this up, I would love to invite you guys to share down below any pros and cons that I missed. Did you learn about a pro or con today that you didn't think of? You're like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. I would love to hear that. That always makes me feel like this video had some value. If people learn something or think about something, that's what I love. If I could only keep one, it would be body wash. I love soap. It would really hurt to not start with that routine that I have every shower. But I love body wash. I love the loofah. I love how it cleans my whole body. If I only had soap to clean my whole body, I don't know. I feel like that would take longer. I think I would have drier skin. So body wash would be my winner. But it's my preference and it's my variables. That's all there is. There's no right or wrong answer. Down below, questions, comments, thoughts. Have you tried these? Do you have other favorites for bar soap and body wash? Can't wait to read you guys. Thank you for watching today. My name's Dan C. Bearded. Please stay bearded and stay positive.